In the shadow of Hollywood's glitz and glamour, a darker counterpart emerged in the heart of Nazi Germany, the Reichsfilmkammer, or the Reich Film Chamber. Under the watchful eye of Joseph Goebbels, these state-controlled entities sought to rival the cinematic prowess of Hollywood, while serving as a propaganda machine for the Nazi regime. In the twisted world of Nazi Germany, cinema wasn't just a form of entertainment. It was a weapon wielded by the regime to manipulate minds and shape ideology. At the heart of this propaganda machine stood Adolf Hitler himself, a man who understood the power of film perhaps better than any dictator before him. Hitler's fascination with movies wasn't merely recreational. It was strategic. He recognized early on the potential of cinema as a tool for mass persuasion. Thus, he closely monitored the film industry, appointing Joseph Goebbels as his Minister of Propaganda, granted him near total control over Germany's film production. Under Goebbels' direction, the Nazi propaganda machine churned out a steady stream of films, designed to glorify the regime, demonize perceived enemies, and rally support for Hitler's vision of a racially pure society. Among the arsenal of propaganda films crafted by the Nazis, one stands out as a towering monument to their manipulation of the medium. Triumph of the Will, directed by Leni Riefenstahl and commissioned by Adolf Hitler himself. This film remains a chilling testament to the power of cinema as a tool of propaganda. Filmed during the 1934 Nazi Party Congress in Nuremberg, Triumph of the Will was conceived as a visual homage to the glory of the Nazi regime and its leader. Riefenstahl's creation employed groundbreaking techniques in cinematography and editing, elevating Hitler to the status of demigod in the eyes of the German people. Riefenstahl's close relationship with Hitler granted her unprecedented access to the event, allowing her to capture every grandiose spectacle and orchestrated moment with breathtaking precision. From sweeping aerial shots to mass gatherings to intimate close-ups of Hitler's impassioned speeches, every frame of Triumph of the Will was meticulously crafted to evoke a sense of awe and reverence. At its core, Triumph of the Will served as a powerful piece of political theater, designed to bolster the image of Hitler as a visionary leader and the Nazi Party as the embodiment of national unity and strength. Through Riefenstahl's lens, the horrors of fascism were obscured by a veneer of pageantry and spectacle, captivating audiences and luring them into submission. Despite its undeniable technical achievements, Triumph of the Will remains as a deeply controversial work, condemned by many as a shameless piece of propaganda that glorified one of the most brutal regimes in history. In the years following World War II, Riefenstahl's legacy would be forever tarnished by her association with the Nazi regime. Despite her attempts to distance herself from its atrocities, the reality is that Riefenstahl was instrumental to Hitler's end plan and participated to a degree to many of these atrocities herself, such as using Romani prisoners as extras for her film Lowlands, perpetrating the dehumanization of the targeted populations even more. She became who she was because of Adolf Hitler and his policies, and her legacy is rightfully marked because of it. Yet, despite its dark legacy, Triumph of the Will continues to fascinate and disturb audiences to this day, serving as a stark reminder of the seductive power of propaganda and the dangers of unchecked authority. For in the grandeur of its images lies a cautionary tale, a warning against the manipulation of truth in the pursuit of absolute power. We are left to ponder the enduring legacy of the cinematic piece and the chilling realization that even the most captivating illusions can mask the most sinister truths. Even in the twisted times of Nazi propaganda, few films evoke as much revulsion and horror as The Eternal Jew. Directed by Fritz Hippler and commissioned by Joseph Goebbels, this despicable piece of anti-Semitic propaganda stands as a stark testament to the depths of human depravity. This reprehensible film depicted Jews as subhuman creatures, responsible for the nation's moral decay, and served as a justification for their persecution and eventual extermination. Following the end of World War II, The Eternal Jew and other Nazi propaganda films were used as evidence to show the world what the regime was feeding the minds of their people, where they were condemned as instruments of genocide. The legacy of these films would linger for decades, serving as a chilling reminder of the dangers of unchecked hatred and prejudice. Though the film itself may have faded into obscurity, its impact continued to be felt in the scars it left on the collective conscience of humanity. Similarly, Jud Süß, directed by Veit Harlan, portrayed Jews in a despicable light, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and inciting hatred among the German populace. Holland's film was not only a work of propaganda, but also a tool of psychological warfare, designed to dehumanize an entire population. Through these films and others like them, Hitler and his propagandists exploited the medium of cinema to further their genocidal agenda, poisoning the minds of millions and laying the groundwork for unspeakable atrocities. In the end, Nazi filmmaking stands as a chilling reminder of the dangers of art in the wrong hands. It serves as a stark warning of how an art form as powerful as cinema can be perverted to serve the darkest impulses of humanity, leaving behind a legacy of hatred and suffering that must never be forgotten. All of these leads to the question, should we destroy these films forever? And to that I answer no. We can't and shouldn't try to hide the past. As rewarding as Nazi propaganda burning, we should keep these films as a testament of what we as a species are capable of. Also, to keep it as a reminder that we can't just say quote-unquote never again if we don't remember what shouldn't happen in the first place. As always, thank you for watching. See you next time.